God, Pastor Luke, man of God, Pastor Luke, man of God, man the Bible, it is true, Pastor Luke, man of God.
Most of us, when God speaks to us in this season, most of us, we don't move. Most of us don't move because we convince ourselves of the narrative that this is not our fight. Most of us convince ourselves. We watch it on television and we say that's their problem, not our problem. Just because it hadn't come to your house yet does not mean that it's not your problem. And some of us, we don't say anything, watch this, because we don't feel as if we're qualified to say anything. I need you to hear me, because if all you're willing to do is work in the area of your strength, then you're never going to see the power of God show up. Because you don't need the power of God to show up in the area of your strength. As a matter of fact, I don't think that God gets the glory when all you do is operate in your strength. No, you get the glory for that. But when you are weak, I wish I had somebody in here. It's when people can look at you and say, I didn't think you were going to make it. Come here. Come here. You can't hide. When God calls you, he knows where to find you. You can be in the palace or the prison. He's going to find you. You can be in the church house. You can be in the clubhouse. You can be in the crack house. God still will come in there and find you. You can be in the bank line or the food line. But when God has assigned you, God knows how to find you. I'm talking to somebody that's listening this morning. If God has been pricking your heart, I need you to know God has found you. He showed up. That's why the tears are falling from your eyes when you watch TV. God has found you. God gives you an assignment. It's always bigger than you. God is not calling you for this assignment just to placate you. It's always bigger than you. God's assignments always have generations connected to it. You owe it to your children and your children's children to say something. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Your grandbabies are depending on you to say something. You see, God can use people who are not perfect, but he can't use people he can't trust. You don't have to be perfect, because the Bible teaches us of a whole lot of people in the Bible. The Bible is replete of people that called on the name of God, but God couldn't trust them. How can you sit in your house when your mother and father and grandmother were watered down with water hoses? How can you just sit there and say nothing when your great-grandmother had dogs sicked on them? How can you sit there and say, this is not my fight, when they couldn't go to school so that you could go to the school? I've come to tell you, you got to say something.
The Bible, it is true. Pastor Luke, man of God, Pastor Luke, man of God.